Okay, I'm driving out of Sens again. I decided to make a quick detour and found the town dramatically changed, as you can see on the right side of the road, and now I am going to Tettingen. So first you get to Butsdorf, of course, and then after that you get to Tettingen, and in the distance you can see the church. So I'm making my way to Butsdorf, the northern edge of the village, and I'm slowly making my way down. So these houses were there. Butsdorf was basically a couple of houses that were next to the main road. And if you continue straight ahead, you get to Tettingen. But if I go to the left here, you will see that we will get to the halfway house. So this is basically where Captain Shetler and his men started the approach of Butsdorf. And this is about where the mortars fell that mortally wounded Shetler and some of his men. So I'm making my way into the town. The houses on the right and left, they weren't there back in 1945. The church, of course, was. So I'll see if I can park up ahead and then walk my way down. So the group of houses behind me, these were the houses where Lauren B. Marks' platoon was when B Company was pulled in to Tettingen on the 14th of January 1945. They were in the houses over here, basically to keep an eye out for Germans who were uphill over there. There are several bunker positions on the ridge. And then, of course, beyond, you have the Campholz Woods. There was not much forest back then, but it was strewn with German defensive positions, pillboxes, trenches, and the Germans had a perfect view into the town, which made these positions really, hell for the 94th. So here I'm standing at what was back then the last house of Tettingen. So these walls are really a giveaway of which houses were there back then. So this was the last one. And after that, it went downhill to where the halfway house was. And the halfway house can be seen, if I turn around again, it can be seen just in the distance. It's right over there, that little group of buildings. So this was all open ground. These were orchards. The man moved down here to the halfway house, and from there they went into Butsdorf. So after filming the houses Lauren B. Marks was in, I met up with an old man who told me he lived here. He was born in 1940 and he lived here in Tettingen, and he was evacuated in 1940 and then again in 1945. His family, his parents, his father, who was a fugitive for the German army, he was trying to keep out of the army, and they were first evacuated to Wochen, which is just up ahead. When the Americans came here, the 90th Infantry Division came here early November, in November 1944, and then later, January 1945, they were evacuated again. His father, he told me, he was sent to a camp where they put the German men of whom they didn't know what they did. Of course, they found many German men who had, taken off their uniforms and hid amongst the civilians. So they had to check these guys first before they let them go again. And so he told me, and then he was sent back, reunited with the family, and he lived in Tettingen forever. And I'm basically driving due west on a road that leads into Besch, very near the Moselle. And Besch is north of Pearl, and the road I'm driving on, you can see a farming complex up ahead, and to my right is the Monkey Ranch Woods. This road was basically where the observation post line of resistance was when the 376th Infantry Regiment first took up positions here on January 10th, 1945. And the farming complex wasn't there back then. Actually, to my left, where there's lots of woods now, there was a big open field back in these January days. So I hope you enjoyed this video again. We did a quick stop in Tettingen where I showed you the Lauren B. Marks houses. I tend to call them the Lauren B. Marks houses because he was in there with his squad, with his platoon. A couple of houses, the schoolhouse, very near the edge of Tettingen back then. And I'm now driving towards a friend of mine, Sebastian, who lives in Besch. So I'm gonna visit him and prepare for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Memorial Day, and I'll do some filming then. I hope you like these videos. Leave your comments behind, subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to ask anytime. You all have a good one. Thanks for watching. And make sure you join history with the 94th Infantry Division Historical Research Center.